Hey guys, it's Crimson Storm, and what you're about to watch is what I like to call a community interview. In one of these interviews, I interview one of you about something you might like or just an introduction to let the rest of the community know more about you. I think it helps lessen the any social barriers that anybody might see, like just because they don't know you. And so this just lets people get to know each other a little bit. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Finger guns. Woo woo.
How is it going? How's streaming?
Good.
How's chat?
I don't know. I didn't ask them. I'm such a bad streamer. I'm so sorry.
You don't even care about your chat enough to ask how they are? Crazy. I bet twitch.tv/messician would
Huh?
interact with his chat more, huh?
Like the fact that you're watching a match.
They believed
That's
their
very
discoveries
telling.
would assure Germany's ultimate victory.
I'm just
What
speaking
they
from the
could
heart because I
never
don't have a
have
better thing to
imagined
do with my time. That's why I'm
Was
streaming.
just what else their research.
It's just like if
unearthed.
you're watching me because I have nothing better to do with my time, you probably.
Huh?
What?
Okay. Okay. Why am I so nervous? It's literally just. I'm literally so nervous, and I have no idea why. I don't usually have conversations or interviews on stream. This is weird.
If you're
Weird.
scared to talk to a disabled person, you can just
Oh my gosh. All right. Who are you?
My name is M. I'm 17. I live in Indiana.
Actual baby.
And I'm
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel old. I feel no.
I live in Indiana. I don't know. There's not much about me. I'm gonna learn how to drive soon.
Ayo.
That's fun. I'm disabled. Surprise, surprise. No way.
I don't believe you. How can you play Minecraft if you're disabled? No. Okay. Okay. How are you disabled?
So I have a disability called Charcot-Marie-Tooth or CMT, and it affects like the muscles and like nerves and all that fun stuff in like mostly like my feet, legs, and then a little bit not as severe in my hands and arms too. So yeah,
That's interesting. I always hate like nerve stuff because when I had surgery, I got nerve damage from it, so I cannot imagine anything with nerves. Like, ugh,
yeah,
I'm
it's no fun.
so sorry. Yeah, man, I would not hope that on anyone. So, oh my gosh, why was there? Okay. I'm sorry. When I get nervous, my brain just completely blanks.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't sweat. There's only 9 people watching.
I'm sweating. Anyways, how does that affect your daily life?
I mean, it's hard. Walking, just like period, is tricky. My ankles are like really, really weak. So I have these like leg braces that I put in my shoes to like stabilize my ankles, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I use those a lot, like whenever I go out. Sometimes I don't, because they're like a little bit uncomfortable, but that's like a big part, is just making sure they like fit right. And normally I have to plan like 30 minutes beforehand to put them on, because they take way too long to put on and like get comfortable. Also just things like opening water bottles or like funky shaped doorknobs, like stuff like that. It's tricky. I'm not very good at using like silverware to eat things sometimes. That can be tricky too. Yeah.
That's interesting. It's crazy how like you live life completely differently than other
Yeah,
people. Like
yeah,
you have to treat it completely differently.
for sure.
Man.
Yeah.
What do you think is like one of the harder things for people to understand about your disability?
Kind of two things. I think one is that a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but like some amount of people think that it's just as simple as like you work out more and get the muscle stronger, which is like,
Mm.
of course, not really how that works. Um, Also, I struggled to like come to terms with this. I'm probably gonna be stuck in a wheelchair by the time I'm like 30. Um,
Mm.
and like I feel like a lot of people don't really like grasp that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's a progressive disability, so it gets
Oh.
worse over time. So when I was in like younger elementary school, like first, second, third grade, I was running around, you know? Like I was sprinting, I had like a lot better endurance. I like never used a wheelchair ever. But now it's like I can't walk more than like half a mile at a time. Like I can't
Man.
run at all. I bring a wheelchair everywhere I go in case like my knees just go out on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of like planning ahead.
I can't even imagine that, like having to come to terms with something like that. Cause even I had back surgery and the incisions are on my sides. And just knowing that they're always going to be there is hard to come to terms with. So I can't even imagine something like that, like that will get worse in the future.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
actually got a
gosh.
back surgery too. Just to
Yo,
like,
back surgery buddies.
no way. That like greatly affected my disability. Not like the surgery itself affected it, but I was stuck in a hospital bed for like a month because
Mm-hmm.
I had to completely relearn how to walk. And
Man.
the like week or so that I just didn't move at all, that like tanked my disability
Dang,
because I
yeah, I can
wasn't moving my
imagine.
muscles at all, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
was brutal.
Ugh. And when was that?
That was September, like early September 2021.
Mm.
And then I got out October 6th.
What are some like like the human experiences that you've had, like either people being super negative or super positive, like things that you remember about that, like when they notice that you
Hmm.
have a disability.
I mean, a lot of looks in public, of course. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like to be expected. Um, One thing that is like way more okay, this has only happened twice, but the fact that it's happened twice is crazy. I'm like alone shopping, right? I'm in my wheelchair, I'm pushing myself. And sometimes people, just without saying anything, come up to me and just start pushing me. Like
Bro.
without asking me, without. You could probably say that's kidnapping, I think.
Yeah,
You
it's
might be able
definitely
to.
crossing many lines.
Uh-huh.
Dude.
Okay, you know I like love music. Music is like
Mm-hmm.
awesome, amazing. I go to concert, or I try to go to concerts a lot. As much as I hate saying it, you can like kind of milk it, like skipping lines to get in early.
Oh yes, that's great.
Also, the accessible seats at concerts, they're like amazing most of the time. So that's
Ooh.
awesome. We love that.
I remember when I was coming back from that same back surgery on the airplane, and that's like the one time I've ever used a wheelchair, and oh my gosh, people just like part like the red sea. Like I got the most pristine. Like I didn't have to go through any lines. We just went straight through.
Hmm.
No TSA lines.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that's a plus,
It's
but in
fun.
a sad way, you know.
Yeah, it's like a pity almost, but it's
Hmm.
still a good thing.
Yeah.
It's also just fun seeing like other like visibly disabled people in public and just having that eye contact of like Oh yeah, we're in this together. Heck yeah.
Aw, that's sweet. I didn't
That's
even think
fun.
of that.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Mhm.
So, do you find that, um, like, certain ages are less, I guess, understanding of your disability? Like, does that
I don't
affect it
really
all?
think it's like an age thing, but I definitely like okay. You know how like in TV shows or movies or just the stereotype in general, how like parents will tell their kids to like not stare at like disabled people and to not ask questions,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like that. I kind of don't like that because it's almost like being disabled is something to be like censored. So like
Mm-hmm.
the parents that do that I don't really like. I love the kids that just like ask questions. Like those
Oh.
the best, right?
What's the best question that you've gotten asked by a kid?
Hmm. I don't know. No one like super young has come up to me in the past like 2 years or something, so I don't know.
Let me know if they ever do, because, man,
For
kids
sure.
are something else.
They are.
They're so curious. They really
Hmm.
see the world in a different way.
They do, yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like everyone to know about having a disability,
Hmm.
I guess?
I think the biggest thing for me is to just like not be afraid to ask questions again. Like, it's not something to be censored. It's not something to feel like awkward about talking about, right? Like I'm just like it's just a thing I'm living with, right? Some people are living with like scoliosis, but you don't censor talking about scoliosis or like ADHD, right? Like I think some people are like overly cautious about it, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Of course it like varies from person to person, but me, I like don't mind
Mm-hmm.
questions at all. So, yeah.
I'd love to like, how do I feel like part of that is if you don't ask questions, it's almost like people almost avoid you too. And so that like
Hmm.
asking questions helps you to like be heard and begin to be understood and like people actually care enough to try to understand. Do you think that's
Yeah, for sure.
Do you feel like having a disability has affected your learning at all?
Um, Not really. I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Like, I have. Oh my God. Can I tell, like, a somewhat unrelated story that still annoys me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like second grade, right? We're walking back from the lunchroom to the classroom, and like, we're moving quick because we're like second graders,
Mm-hmm.
We're zooming, right? I'm disabled, so I'm like a bit unsteady, right? Um, and I like trip on my own feet. And your instinct when you trip, of course, is like put your hands out and try to hold on to something.
Mm-hmm.
So I like caught like the person in front of me and just like saved myself, right? And he like this kid hated me so much. Don't know
Oh
why. But
no.
he goes up to the teacher and he's like, Miss M hit me, and I'm like, no, I did not. What are you talking about? I fell. You saw me fall. It was just so annoying,
Bro.
but she brings me into the hall and she's like, did you hit him? I'm like, no, I did not. Did you hit him? No. It was just that back and forth for like 2 minutes. And I'm in second grade. That's like, what, 7 years old or something? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You just say yes at some point. You give up, right?
Mm.
Um, and I got suspended because that my first
Oh my
suspension ever
gosh. That's
was for tripping.
stupid.
Right? So, I
Oh
mean, that kind of affected it, I guess. I don't know.
man.
But,
That's frustrating.
my God, yeah. A teacher did not like me. She had beef with me.
Yeah, and just thinking about that as someone who's taught kids, like you can tell like based on their character, whether they would lie about something like that and whether they would do something like that and
Hmm.
when they're lying. Like, it's pretty obvious to tell. So that's so frustrating that they didn't even care to do that.
Yeah. No, we're good though. I got out of that that elementary school eventually. It
Man,
works.
I hate that.
Hmm.
Hmm. What is something that you, I guess, envy about people who don't have a disability?
Um, I really really love nature, but of course walking is like tricky, especially on uneven terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So I really envy the fact that like most not disabled people can just go like hiking whenever they please.
Mm.
Or just like walk around town, like just walking in general, which is silly. Not walking as in like the act of walking, but like walking as in walking from like store to store to store downtown,
Yeah.
like hiking or I don't know, but like stuff like that. I think I envy a bit. I
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
wish I could do that.
Do you feel that it affects your safety at all? Like having a
Oh,
disability?
definitely. Yeah. I've twisted so many ankles. Even in my leg braces, I've twisted a few
Oh
ankles.
gosh.
Um, yeah, the amount of like I think over 15 times
Oh my
in my
gosh.
lifetime.
Have you gotten any sprains from it?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
somehow am yet to break a bone though, so
man, that's good.
we're
That's good
chilling.
at least.
Uh-huh. I don't know how. I feel so lucky. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it definitely affects my safety. Also, like this is something where it's like kind of obvious, but no one, like including me, thinks about it, is like crosswalks. Like I
Mm.
struggle to get through crosswalks in time sometimes,
Man, yeah. I didn't even
which
think
is
of
like that's scary. That's
it.
really scary.
Mm.
Um, again, like on uneven terrain, like if I'm trying to walk like down a hill, like it is so difficult. I mean, there's like always a risk of just falling, which is kind of tricky.
Man. So, with a lot of places that have accessibility, like, are there places where you can tell that they didn't put much work into it? And, like, have there been places that just have gone above and beyond with, like, wheelchair accessibility and stuff?
Definitely, yeah. Um, I think my favorite example of like a really awful place. So in like my city, there's this Urban Outfitters, and it's like 3 stories. Like I don't know if that's normal for Urban Outfitters or not. It's like 3 stories tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have this elevator that genuinely looks like a saw trap. I'm not even kidding.
Looks
It
like a
is
what?
a saw trap, like from the
Oh,
movies.
gosh.
Like it doesn't even have a roof, so you can like it's like you're in a bucket and just hoping it doesn't fall.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
And there's not even oh my god, the worst part is that there's not even walls on the it's literally just a floor that is like poorly sealed tight to the walls that can
Oh
move up and down.
my gosh, that
It's
is
so
awful.
jank. I hate it. And then the like wheelchair ramp to get into that building is like way far too steep for a
Mm,
person with I think a not disabled person would struggle to get up that ramp. Like
yeah.
by walking. That thing's horrifying. Um so that's awful. The Urban Outfitters in my city, horrible. Places with like 10 out of 10, I don't really know. I feel like not a lot of places have very good like accessibility.
Hmm.
PBH. I was gonna say I go to like a summer camp with like people with just my disability, And even that's not very accessible sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
gosh, what the heck?
granted, it's like a YMCA campground, and like the camp is held on there, but it's been held on there for 8 years now, and I feel like there's been enough time to make a change somewhere. It's not the most accessible. I mean, it's kind of jank, but you know, it works. I think only like a few people have broken a bone there.
Huh?
No. I
Bro.
know one person has. I don't know about anyone else.
Dude, what the heck? At that point, even if just one.
Right? You would think they would learn.
Does it affect, like, does accessibility affect where you go? I mean, I feel like it would, but like how much does it affect like where you choose to go?
It kind of depends. Like car rides, of course, are like easy because you just put a wheelchair in the back and you drive to wherever you're going. But like for planes, that's always hard because it was granted it was this like tiny airport. I forget where it was, but they didn't let us bring my own wheelchair in the airport, so I had to use one of theirs, which was like not the end of the world, but it was just so
Yeah.
clunky, which was like kind of annoying. TSA as a whole just kind of hates me. It's like you can't
Yeah.
hold on to like the things as you're passing through. So like there's always that risk of like messing something up there and like damaging something. I haven't actually left the US, so I can't really comment on if like other countries are like better at being accessible.
That would be interesting to look
But
at.
I don't know. Like Florida is super accessible because there's no hills like at all.
Ooh,
Right?
I didn't even think of that. Should go to Texas. There are like no hills. Yeah, barely any hills. It's just flat. Very flat.
Yeah, I hate it because like again, like I love walking around like cities and stuff, but like oh my god, especially in America, there's just like very little walkable cities. I'm going to like Denver soon, so I
Ooh.
can like comment on that and see how the accessibility is there.
Do you think people just need to
It's
put more thought and money into it?
I think so, yeah.
That's a common thing that I actually talk about we when we have discussion boards and stuff is accessibility because I've seen a lot of that.
Hmm.
Like even just having ADHD, a lot of
Yeah.
things aren't like you can't do things as normal people would. And so that and like social anxiety and stuff like it actually affects what you do and where you go. Like I don't think people realize like even if you still go to a place that's not as accessible and stuff, you still like you remember that and you might think
Sure.
about that place worse because of that because they didn't put that thought into it. Maybe that's what I'll do in the future. Just try to make places more accessible.
Hmm. There's some places where like, because you know like ADA was like formed somewhat recently in terms of like all of history. So if like you or chat doesn't know, this is super jank definition, but it's basically like requiring like new buildings to be made accessible in like some way. But like the older buildings don't have to like renovate to add it, right? So a specific example is that one of my friends' schools, actually like from that camp I was talking about, right? Um, her school is like awful with accessibility, but then the staff just refuses to do anything about it because like,
Dude.
well, if we had like, because if we had to improve this one thing, we would have to improve everything, and we don't want to improve everything because that costs money and
Ugh,
yeah.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm. Like I haven't experienced that, but like I feel so bad for my friend because
Yeah.
like it seems so annoying to deal with.
Man. There's just so much to think about with all of that.
It's brutal.
Yeah. Oh, how does it, do you think it affects like your friendships and stuff and like being able to get together with them?
Sometimes, yeah. I like one of my best like IRL friends. I've been friends with him since like middle school. Like, it's just hard to plan stuff because like he likes like hiking and camping
Mm,
and like sports and stuff like that, and I just like can't really do that. So it
yeah.
makes things like really difficult because of course we still like get along like so well, but it's just hard to plan things like IRL. Um, but in terms of like people, there haven't been many people where it's so straight up like you won't be friends with me because I'm disabled.
Hmm.
Not that like I've found out was for that reason at least. I'm sure there's been someone that has thought that, but I don't think it's like really affected my friend making.
That's cool. That's good at least.
Mhm. People are getting a lot better, like the
Yeah.
newer generations.
That's kind of one thing I've noticed with this generation is there, at least from what I've seen, it seems like they're a lot more understanding to like um I guess disabilities or like learning disorders and stuff.
For sure.
No, it's very cool. Very cool to see.
Yeah. Especially with the like, I think media representation is a big thing. Like, you know how I forget what doll, it might have been like Barbie doll, I don't know. But like some doll brand has been like rolling out dolls with like prosthetic legs and arms and like hearing
Oh, that's
aids
so
and
cool.
like stuff like that. And like even stuff like that I think just helps so much.
Mm.
Because like that goes back to the like parents telling their kids not to stare thing, right? It's like
Mm.
they're getting exposed to it so they don't have to give people weird looks because they know what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's like super important.
That's cool. I love that people are starting to do that.
Me too.
It's so interesting to look at all of this through like a marketer's perspective. I don't know, it's cool because first of all, if people don't make things accessible, like it's bad for business. Like that sounds really bad, but it's like
No, for sure.
it's
Yeah.
a whole group of people you're not reaching that might really, really
100%.
love what you give, but they just can't access it.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes them not as happy. That makes everyone not as happy. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
it's rough.
And not only like profit wise, but um companies generally are kind of expected to help I guess socially. What's it called? There's one environmental thing, like people aren't supposed to leave as much of an environmental footprint, I guess. I forget what it's called. It's social something. But like I'm glad that people have been making products like that because it
Mm-hmm.
helps just people mentally be able to understand it, you know. Chat, do y'all have any questions while I'm
Oh,
thinking of
yo, is it
more?
chat question time? Let's go.
Yo, feel free to be curious.
Mm-hmm.
Curiosity is great. I am so curious for like almost too curious for my own good. I don't know. I feel like I was raised to ask questions
Mm-hmm.
like wherever I go because people generally like answering. That's what I found.
Yeah.
And it's cool and you get to learn something else and like you have that connection of like I want to know, like I'm curious about it, and they're like, oh, it's not so bad after all. Mast asks, how do you come to terms with your disability? That's a good question.
That is a good question. I mean, it's been rough. Like, of course, kids, some kids suck. Um, like especially elementary school, like being picked on sometimes. That's been rough, but on the other hand, it definitely has helped me come to terms.
Mm.
Um, like I'm different, you know? Like I'm super different from a majority of the people, but it's like, why does that have to be like a negative thing, I guess?
Hmm.
I've been trying to be a lot more like positive about it. And I definitely have some internalized ableism in me. 100%. Um, but I mean, yeah, it's been hard. Like again, I still haven't fully come to terms with the fact that I'm probably gonna be mostly using a wheelchair soon.
Mm.
It's just been a lot of like trying to expose myself to new life experiences and like again just more realizing like yeah like other people can do things I can.
Starlight asks, have you ever been bullied for your disability? If so,
uh,
how did you deal with it? And
I definitely have, yes. Again, like elementary school was brutal. um I'm trying to think. I just I don't know. I got into a lot of fights because of my disability. um, like not like necessarily fist fights, but like screaming matches at school.
mm,
Um, it's I don't know. Some kids just hate disabled people. It's
man,
rough.
do you
Again,
think? Oh,
that's. I was just gonna say again. It's just a lot of like, you have to be exposed to it and like to know how to deal with it. I guess.
mm-hmm,
Which of course is like not a good thing to have to be exposed to, but
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do you think it's partially because they don't understand it, or do you think it's like they don't, I guess, want you to be different than them?
I think it's kind of like a spectrum of things. Like, yeah, there's definitely some people who just like flat out don't understand it. Like, there was one kid, he was like new to school in like 6th grade, 5th grade, and for the first like week, like we didn't really talk at all. And then like a week into school, we're like talking on the staircase or something. And he goes like, "How come you're struggling with the stairs?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, 'cause I'm like disabled." And he goes like, "Oh, is that why you walk funny? I thought like you were faking it, right?" And I'm like,
Mm,
"No, no, I'm definitely disabled." And then he started like whenever he saw me just doing this like over exaggerated walk, like mocking me and
mm,
like so annoying.
man, I hate that.
Mhm.
Mast asked, how did you learn about your disability? Could you describe the moment and how you felt in that moment?
Ooh, okay. Mine is like a different case because I got diagnosed with this when I was like 2 years old, right? So I don't
Wow.
remember it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like my as far back as I can remember, I'm like, yeah, I'm disabled. I have this disability. It affects me in these ways.
Mm.
Like it was like I know no different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, in terms of learning about it, I think exposing myself to like other people with this disability. So like the camp is like a good way for me to learn about other people's experiences with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like of course Google has been like a lifesaver with
Mm-hmm.
like learning about it. Um, but yeah, it's like I love learning about it. because
Mm,
it's just like learning about me, right? It's like learning about like your culture almost, right?
that's
Because like
sweet.
this, of course, affects me like so heavily. So it's I don't know. I enjoy learning about it.
Does it ever like make you worried to learn more about it?
Um, sometimes I don't feel like there's much I could find out now that like would completely change my view on it, if that makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
the last thing that was like a huge like oh my god, that makes me so upset was like learning that I'm probably gonna be in a wheelchair for the
Mm,
majority of my life.
yeah. All right.
I
Oh,
like so far really enjoy learning about it. Hopefully there's
that's
nothing
good.
super big that I find out.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, no. I can imagine. All right. Mast asks, in the same vein of the camp, are there any other groups that you're a part of for support? Like, what's your support network like?
Hmm. Not really, other than camp. Um, it's a weird disability because like it's common enough to where like every doctor knows about it, or at least like a large majority, but like there's not it's hard to find other people with it, if that makes sense.
Mm, yeah.
Like outside of camp, I have only met two other people with it.
Wow.
Um, and one of them was like set up by my mom because she was in like this support group, and one of them happened to
Oh.
live nearby. Um, but I've only met one person like completely coincidentally that has it, so it's like
Oh.
tricky to find other people. I mean, the camp is like definitely the best because it's like it's a lot of people. It's like 150 people question mark,
Wow.
like including staff. And it's fun because all the staff has it too.
Oh,
I think there's
wow.
only like two staff members that don't have it.
That's
Um,
cool.
so I definitely like look up to a few of the counselors, and I know again like with like my best friend from camp, I talk to them almost like every day now.
Aw.
So like that's amazing. Like I know I can reach out to like most people at that camp and be like, "Hey, like I'm struggling with this part of my disability. How did you like deal with this?"
Aw, that's
And like
sweet.
it'd be chill. So that yeah, that's I have a good support network, I think.
That's cool. I was actually gonna ask a really similar question to Mast, but he asks, does your disability affect your relationship with your parents and other family members?
Hmm. Not really my parents, I don't think. In terms of other family members, I don't know.
Do you have siblings?
I do not know. I am an only child.
I would say Ayo, but I am a sister, so I can't.
Mhm. I don't think it's really affected my relationship with family. Maybe they think different and they're like ghosting me because of it. I don't know. But I don't think like it's been a major part of like my relationship with any family.
That's good.
Hmm.
Do you think that you feel safe to reach out to them about things that like with your disability, or do you feel like they won't understand?
Um, most of them, yeah. It's less so like I don't trust them to reach out. It's more like I just don't talk to them a whole lot.
Yeah.
Because my mom is one of eight and my dad is one of four, so I
Oh
have
my
so
gosh.
many aunts and uncles and cousins. So, like, yeah, I can't like constantly keep up with everyone. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of family members that I trust enough to be like, I'm struggling with this. Can I just like ramble with you?
That's sweet. I'm glad you have that.
Hmm.
Man. Are there any other questions from chat? Try to think of some. Really interesting though. Thank you for
Yeah, yeah, of
agreeing to
course.
this. I figured you'd
Mhm.
be fine with it because you seem pretty open about it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because of the disability, have you had to be at the hospital a lot?
Um, I mean, I got a lot of ER trips from like the sprained ankles,
Mm.
but like straight up hospital. I think the only time I've been in a hospital was like the back surgery.
Mm.
I also got a nerve biopsy when I was like 2, like to
Oh,
diagnose it. But again, like don't remember that at all,
yeah.
thankfully.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Um, not that I can remember that was like a direct cause of it though. I'm sure I will get another surgery because you know when you put your feet like flat on the ground, there's that like tendon on the back of like your foot, like
Like the
above your
Achilles
heel.
tendon?
I don't know the name of it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's
Like
the
the one like
Achilles
above your
tendon.
heel that like
Yeah.
you stretch to like point your feet up.
Yeah.
So the one on my left foot is like really, really short.
Oh.
So I'm eventually it's gonna come down to just letting it shorten and not be able to walk, or get a surgery and possibly not be able to walk, but also
Man.
possibly be able to walk again. So I'm probably gonna take the surgery option when it comes to that
Mm-hmm.
because like I like a 25% chance of walking more than a 0% chance.
Yeah.
Because again, I love getting out of the house and like being in nature and like
Mm.
all that. Um, but yeah, I think that's the biggest like medical thing that I can like foresee.
Mm-hmm. Does that scare you?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm nervous about it. Because again, it's like I know it almost certainly will come down to that one day. And like,
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm pretty sure I've made up my mind, like, I don't know, it's so scary. No one wants to get a life-changing surgery. I've
Yeah.
already had one. I got a back surgery, dude. I have like a gnarly scar running up my back.
You got the rod one, right?
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I had like
Imagine.
awful scoliosis. Imagine what?
Imagine getting the rod surgery. That's kind of
What did
cringe.
you get?
I got this one where they put in screws on my spine and then they had a tether so I can still move my back perfectly. Well, okay, not as well as I used to be able to, but a lot. Like I can move it a lot more than if I would have gotten the rods.
Hmm.
And that really helped because I was in dance.
Oh,
So I kind
yeah.
of needed to move my bag. And yeah, that's why I know Achilles. Oh
Yeah.
man, because I have Achilles tendonitis in both of my tendons
Oh,
in
no.
both feet, but it doesn't affect me as much since I'm out of dance, sadly.
Uh-huh.
All right, Mast asked, moving away from disability questions, yep. What got you really into music?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I think part of it could be like, this is like theorizing. I really don't know. But
Mm.
like, it's a way to express myself because like art, like physical or digital art is like harder for me. Maybe it could be that. I don't know. I just
That
like
makes
love
sense.
music. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's so cool hearing like because most art is like visual. right?
Yeah.
A large majority of it. There's some art where you can like feel it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess taste could be like food, like culinary art.
Mm.
But like music is like the only art form that has to do with your ears,
Yeah.
as far as I know at least. And it's like neat. It's so cool. Because you can hear like the art that people make in a different way than looking at like a drawing or a painting or like stuff like that. I think it's a super cool way to like see how people express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's neat. Do you think of the same okay. Hold on, let me. Do you feel similarly about like poetry and stuff and like great literature works?
Yes, poetry and like I love reading. I don't read enough. I love reading. Reading is so fun. Yeah, like poetry, rad. It's so cool. It's so like awesome.
I love poetry so much.
Mhm.
Do you write any poetry?
I do not, no. I just like reading it and then finding things that like I relate to, and I'm like, oh heck yeah, like that's just like me.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Hmm.
Have you ever like wanted to make music?
I have, I, I don't. It's just so difficult. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's
I know so
hard.
much.
I want to. Like, of course, I like work for a record label.
Yeah.
So like, also we got partnered with like oh, what's it called? Hold on, wait, I need to remember what it's called. Oh my gosh, what was it called? I can't remember, but we got partnered with like a music like distributor.
Ooh.
One of like my old contacts is like a manager there, and I'm like, I wonder if he wants to help out on like this album that we're making.
That's so cool,
So I'm like,
dude.
hey, do you want to help? And he's like, yeah. While we're at it, I'm getting us partnered with them.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Networking, people, networking.
Yes, it's so cool. God, what was the question you asked? Was I just rambling or?
I don't know, man, but it was great. It was great.
Mhm. Oh yeah, music. So my point in all that was like I know so many artists, like music artists. So it would be super possible to have one of them like teach me how to like
Oh yeah.
make it, right? But
Yeah,
I
dude,
just
that'd be cool.
don't know if it's for me right now, at least.
Mm.
But I definitely like whether I make music or just like help out, like manage things. Like my dream job is like being a concert photographer, which I would still count
Ooh.
as working in the music industry. Maybe not.
Yeah, yeah, because you have to know, like, it's yeah. How I can relate it is like it's hard to be like a good dance photographer if you've never done dance, but if you are familiar with everything, then you're really able to capture the beauty that
Yeah.
like and you know what they're gonna do and dude, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, I definitely want like again, no matter like what I do, I want to do something in the music industry.
Hmm. What is your favorite color? Im wants to know. I mean,
My favorite-
Matt wants to know.
My favorite color is pastel pink, for sure.
Mm. Hmm.
Mhm. I like this room. Pretty room.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love pink. If you can't tell, I absolutely love pink.
Pink is just such like a fun color.
Yeah.
It's one of the few colors, maybe the only color, I don't know, where we gave the lighter version of red its own name, right?
Yes, dude. Yes, it's that good.
There's
not
like
a-
lime green, I guess, but that's so bright. That's an obnoxious color.
But
in
it's
my
still.
opinion.
Yeah, I
It's so
agree.
cool,
It's
but,
still lime green. Pink isn't pink
yeah.
red. It's pink.
Uh-huh.
Is this like?
Mhm.
There's not a pink on here. Matt said to change my lights to whatever color you said. And it's so frustrating because there's not a good pink on my LED. It looks pinker, but here it looks like yellow. Either of them could work. So what is it like being friends with me, like with me being a streamer?
It's
hard to say.
fun. It's so fun. I got to tell my friends, like, hey, I'm getting interviewed on a stream tonight. You should come watch. It's so fun.
That's cool.
hmm
What is it like being part of the stream community? Like
It is also really fun. I don't know. I like love talking to everyone in like this friend group and like hanging out with everyone and all that. You know.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's just weird because I've never clicked with a stream community. It's always been I'm there to watch the streamer, not to interact with people.
Mm,
So it's
yeah.
interesting to see people actually like being a community to each other.
Oh my god.
It's really nice to see that I was like I mean it's not just me. I mean I can't do that without y'all. Like y'all being super nice to each other. Cool to know that I created a place where people can do that. What are some of your other hobbies other than like gaming and stuff and music?
It's a good question. I love going out in public and just like people watching.
Oh
It's
man,
so fun.
that sounds fun. I want to do that more. That'd be so fun. If we meet up, we can just go to a mall and just people watch
Oh heck yeah.
for hours.
We need to host a meet and greet at like the center of where everyone is.
Yes, dude, I would love that.
hmm
It's something I think about because I mean, if I get super famous, you know, I'm gonna fly people down
Oh,
for a big meet and greet. Oh my gosh, I'd love to meet all of y'all.
hmm
That's one reason I want to get big,
Yeah.
so that I can meet everyone and like help people. That's really one of the big reasons why I want to get big is so I can invest back into people.
Yeah.
Because some people, they have that. I don't know. It's like it's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is, but like that potential, like you know, they have a lot of potential, but
Mhm.
people just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh! Like society doesn't foster that potential. They just, I don't know. It's really interesting to think about. Like my college is sometimes my professors talk about like, oh, people just put you in therapy so that you'll be good enough to work. And
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of not true, but it kind of makes you think of it differently. Like, okay, so if I'm this different and it doesn't work for working, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. It just means that like I can see the world in a different way while still being able to function.
For sure. Yeah.
My main goal is to blow up. And then act like I won't act like I don't know nobody. Oh man, I could never forget y'all, bro.
So,
Ugh. Y'all are such a blessing. I like having these interviews, and especially since I've streamed more, I'm a lot more comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Just thinking back to last year. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. But it's just,
Mhm.
I treated it more like an interview than a conversation. And I feel like it could just be just a conversation. It helps having you right in front of me.
Yeah.
It really helps. Yeah, you can spin. I love spinning on these.
I love spinning. Still.
Especially in a place that I've built and that I know. I love this
is, like,
room.
yours.
I know, dude. This is like, this wall right here is the magnum opus of my whole house. It is my favorite. Oh my gosh. At first I thought the lattice was only flat, but then it works like a trap door. The thing on the other side. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I love it so much. Oh, did you see my bed? Want to see my bed
I
real
did
quick?
not see your bed.
We can go up through here. Don't judge this room. I haven't got. Okay, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Is that yours?
No, it's koalas. All the animals other than the Shiba are koalas. What do you think about this?
Ooh, I like it. I don't know if I love the like pink and brown.
Yeah.
But I like the
Yep. I love these. They're so fun.
I like the like purple and green and like pinkish brown. Super cool.
Do you think I should change the ceiling above it?
There's a lot of colors here. There's 3 different wood types. So I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Technically, there are. Wait. No, this is the same as the bottom one. I thought it was a darker one. But I have so many. I have 6 different. Now I have 7 different woods on this floor.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Got the maple door here.
Yeah, jacaranda,
Yes.
walnut, flowering azalea. Actually, technically, if we're counting azalea and flowering azalea as different ones, then I have 8.
Mhm.
And then over here, oh my gosh, why do I have flying fish?
I gave them to you.
Huh?
I dropped them to you.
Oh.
Okay.
This, I have so many. This adds the ancient fence and then the river planks and then the river everything, you know.
Nice.
I'd love to make this prettier, but I mean, it's not
I
bad.
like it. It's cozy.
Then I found this wood. Oh, is it not? Is it not? Oh yeah, it is. It is. Partially see-through.
Oh, it's like whoa.
I've been looking for this and then I randomly found. I'm like, dude, that's a weird tree. Maybe it hasn't loaded in yet. No, it's just transparent. I love it. I love it so much. What is
in the Everbright? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, got you. That's so cool.
Or is it the other one? Wait, is it? I think it. No, it's the other one. It's the other one.
Everdawn?
Yeah.
Really? It looks like it'd be an Everbright. Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
What's the? It's in the dark one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Everdawn.
Everdawn.
Yeah, the one with the purple stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, because in the dark, it has a different look to it. It's hard to tell there's a tree. If it was in the
Really?
bright, you could tell. Like when I first saw it, I knew it was a tree, but I had no idea what I was looking at until I actually came up to it. But I can tell you, those are a pain to cut down. They're such a pain. Yo! I forgot I had this on me. I just don't want it to break the flower crown. Ooh. I always have girly skins. I'm never gonna change from girly skins.
Mhm.
Okay.
That probably should have been like my trans awakening, but it somehow wasn't.
Girly skins are just amazing. They're so cute. They're so cute. Oh yeah, Faye, you gotta get the proxy chat. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Do we have any last questions before I potentially change this to a Minecraft stream or just stop stream? Because, you know, And which one should I do? Because I don't know whether I should stop stream or just work on my projects on stream. Because I completely redesigning my shop because I'm changing it to wood shop. Because as you can see, I've experimented a lot with different kinds of wood.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have any questions.
What about y'all, chat? You have any questions? Any last burning questions for M? And if you ever want to, feel free to ask me anything. Like, I don't care what it's about. I will answer. I will answer. If it's about like childhood trauma, I will answer. If it's about periods, I will answer. Anything. I don't care.
Okay. That's good to know.
Ooh, Mast has a good one. What is your favorite thing about the Minecraft server so far?
Ooh. I think all of the Botania stuff. I like it all. Also the fact that I just have a Pokeball of a warden in my hand right now.
Oh yes.
That Mast said he would beat, and I got one tapped.
Hey guys, I think he died.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he lasted longer than I thought, though. Have you had a least favorite part about the server so far?
Other
Other than the lag.
The gravestones are good. The gravestones are very good too. I love the gravestones. I don't think I've really had a least favorite part. PBH. I don't know.
I feel like the biggest complaint people have had is the lag. But I don't know if that's just like a thing that has to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
But like playing with him, yeah, I feel like he's one of those like almost not abrasive people, but blunt, and also like, you know, when people make the serious jokes, like you don't know if they're really serious or kidding or not. I feel like he's that kind of person.
Yeah.
And so he can come off like really intimidating. He's still, I know that if I push him too far, he's gonna kill me. Oh my gosh. But he's also somehow really patient, and also like, I don't know. Because it's hard to get along with me sometimes. Because especially late at night, I have ADHD and I let it run wild sometimes. Crimson is a testament to that. Poor guy. He has to deal with it every day, but Faded also a lot. Oh my gosh. Because he hadn't had a single death. A single death. I don't know if he'd killed the warden, but he definitely witnessed it. Or witnessed really scary things. And then I'm the one that killed him first.
Oh no, what happened?
He had this thing called, like launched into orbit or something, where it's one of the spell books where you right click it and then it launches people.
Oh no.
And I got a hold of it. I don't remember how, but I launched him and it killed him. Yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
I don't know if he's ever gonna let me live that down. Yeah. Little silly, goofy, little quirky. Yeah. Yeah. Just a bit. Just a bit.
I get that though. I feel like I'm a lot sometimes. I know, especially like like over a year ago, you just had to tell me to like calm down. Like I'm grateful for that. I need friends to tell me to like shut up sometimes.
Yeah. Oh man, those friends are great.
Mhm.
That's one reason I love Crimson is because he'll literally just tell me to shut up when I'm, or just to go to bed. Because
Yeah.
sometimes when I don't even realize that I'm acting that way because I'm tired or because I'm up late, he'll just be like, "You need to sleep, Storm." Like, go to bed, Storm. It's nice having friends like that, especially since I hope he's not watching, but this is Canopy and this is Dark Oak. Because there's only so many stream bot. What? No. What? What? No. No. Mast. Mast. Bro. Especially since like I actually genuinely look up to him because he's like he feels like my older brother. And so he
Yeah.
has that authority since he does feel like my older brother. He just has the authority where I'll actually listen when he tells me things. Like if he genuinely tells me something, like is genuinely serious about something, like I will listen. Like I will absolutely listen.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Somehow I don't understand how he like deals with listening to me talk all the time. Man, I don't know how anyone can deal with that. Because
I don't
sometimes
know
I
how
just
Noah
in you,
deals with that with me.
dude. Yeah. Sometimes you just endlessly talk, and I know I couldn't
Yeah.
listen to that for hours. I don't know, man. Takes a special kind of person.
Mhm.
You with fire, dude. Yeah.
It's rough out here.
It is. It is. This really is the girly parlor, though. All the tea. Just
Mhm.
honest tea. Speaking of that, hold on. I will be right back. Give me 2 seconds.